Hello and a very warm welcome to all the viewers of 3.0 TV. This is Manoj Dara. You spoke about Ethereum, which toppled $3,800, first time since Jan 2022. Amidst the strong institution demand which we are seeing, an Ethereum spot ETF is likely. Ether added 132% on year and market cap is nearly $500 billion. So these are the positives. You spoke about Tether, which is actually under a big concern. How do you think, sir, this Solana ecosystem is also growing? The layer ones which you feel that will lead the rally from here on, and what are the fundamental aspects attached to it, sir?
Sure. So when we talk about L1 and L2, I mean, just to give a brief idea to people who may not know what that means. So blockchains are usually of three types. We have L0, L1 and L2. So L0 is like a framework which is used to build chains. L1 are things like Ethereum and Bitcoin, where everything is handled on the chain. The settlement takes place. L2 comes in to bring in a level of scalability. So for example, if Ethereum transactions are slow and costly, and L2 like Polygon would come in to make those transactions cheaper and faster.
Exactly.
Now, so obviously the question always remains is, what is the future of L2? Do we really need it or do we need better L1s? So I would say to a great extent, as Ethereum's technology also improves, we may not probably need too many of L2s. Then we have interesting projects like Polkadot, which can allow you to scale up your own chains. So Solana being another example, although the problem with Solana is regularly it is hitting some kind of technical problems and the entire chain comes to a halt. That naturally scares people who are building on it because blockchains are not supposed to stop. They're supposed to run all the time. But at the end of the day, it's a piece of technology. Definitely the problems will exist. But what I'm beginning to see now is good use cases. So it is not like there are hundreds of blockchains saying use me, use me. No, each of them is now trying to cater to something special. Fantastic. So for example, the hybrid finance blockchain says we are legally compliant. So if you need to tokenize, use us. Where a Polkadot says, okay, if you need to spin up your own chains, use our underlying framework. So I think that is a very good movement where, each blockchain is having a specific kind of speciality. So it makes sense. Like even if you look at the world of operating systems, in the normal computers, we have had so many different operating systems.
Exactly.
But slowly that is moving towards the three most powerful, where we can say Linux, Mac and Windows is there. But then again, we realize even in that, we are distinguishing between desktop-based OS as well as the server-based. So similarly, I think in blockchain also, we will probably settle down to about 8 or 10 different blockchains. Each of them will cater to a specific kind of audience or use case. So that's kind of what I see here.
Exactly. Sir, you spoke about some use cases of the blockchain. Very quickly, if we can touch base upon a few aspects of the blockchain technology, since you are a developer and you are a market expert in blockchain, the narrative in 2021, which I remember about the blockchain, was to promote healthcare sector, to promote the industrialization, or promote the trade finance. But now the narrative has actually changed, and it has come down to a fact wherein some actual use cases are getting, are coming up. And we are seeing some real examples of the blockchain technology. What is, according to you, is the current state of the blockchain universe? And if you can just highlight or explain this situation for our viewers, sir.
Sure. So, for example, when we talk about use cases like healthcare, as you said, I think actually that blockchain is not a good solution there. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit in, right? What we've got to realize is that blockchain technology was created for a very specific purpose. And that was, I would say, tokenization or, creating a peer-to-peer kind of a money. Now, that means there has to be a core financial use case here. Simply using it to store data is not making sense because blockchain is not built to store data.
Exactly.
It is not built to handle GBs and GBs of health records, for example. Secondly, blockchain by its very nature is transparent. We don't want someone else looking at my health records, for example. So I think whenever we look at a blockchain use case, we've got to see, does it fit in the core premise on which blockchain is built?
Fantastic.
Now, when we look at what is being done today, so when we talk about decentralized finance, naturally that is absolutely using the core power of the blockchain. Because the core power of the blockchain is something called atomic exchange transfers.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't get that, what it means. No, let's say that today I want to send you payment and you are in another country, I'm in another country. Sometimes the money gets blocked or stuck somewhere in the middle. It has left my account, it has not reached your account. Now, where is it? Then we do manual reconciliation and banks figure out where the money is actually stuck. Now, in blockchain, when money or a token moves from one address to another, either it goes completely or it comes back. It cannot get stuck halfway. even if we are doing a complex transaction involving multiple addresses, either the entire thing would take place or the entire thing would get rejected. Your money will not get stuck anywhere. So it removes the need for manual reconciliation. So we have to look at a use case and think, okay, are we actually using this smart contract creation capability or smart asset transaction capability or atomic exchange capability of the blockchain? If yes, then that's a good use case. If no, we should know. So that is how I want people to think about it.
Yeah, valid point, sir. Since we're talking about the actual, how blockchain is actually merged with the real world. Moving on, if we talk about, we were told that, sir, the cheetah is the fastest animal in the jungle. So when we compare it with the meme coins, the Doge ecosystem, the Shiba Inu and the dog-based themes are, even moving faster than the cheetah. So can we say that the dog is the fastest animal in the jungle?
That's an interesting way of putting it. Although most dogs today are inside people's homes and not really in the jungle.
I love dogs.
So what I'd like to say is that, a lot of people think that meme coins are stupid. Well, I'll be very honest with you. There are a lot of things in the world which we can consider stupid. I mean, we spend money drinking chemical, the cola drinks that we call it. Now, one way of looking at it is so stupid, right? It is just having chemicals and sugar and it is so bad for health. Yet there is a multi-billion-dollar global industry around colas, around energy drinks. So ultimately it is left to human beings, right? If they feel that, no, this cola drink or this energy drink adds value to my life, good for them. Similarly, if people feel that, no, I think meme coins are cool, well, that's their way of thinking. So we are no one to really judge that. And because a large number of people are interested in the dog, cat and other animal related meme coins, that's the reason it's going up. It's ultimately a matter of pure demand and supply.
There is no fundamental reason, and you are advising investors to stay away from it, sir?
No, see, that's what I'm trying to say. This concept of fundamental also needs to change. Like, when do we say that something is fundamental? Like, coming back, one of the largest manufacturers of cola in the world is a multi-billion-dollar company. But we know cola is very harmful for health. But still people invest in the shares of that company. So my question is it fundamental or not? The meaning of fundamental constantly changes depending upon demand and supply.
Yeah.
If a large number of people feel there is value in something, I would say that is called fundamental value.
So since we are entering into our last segment, a very quick take on the three sectors, to begin with the artificial intelligence, and we have seen what kind of move that happened in the cryptocurrency market since the time NVIDIA has posted its earnings. There is a lot of optimism as far as the entire artificial intelligence segment is concerned, and few tokens that are actually doing some kind of activity in the artificial intelligence space are also witnessing an upsurge. So what, according to you, will be this artificial intelligence segment, when it is merged in the blockchain universe?
That's a good question. I have not really come across a solid AI use case in blockchain yet. I mean, I'm constantly reading about it, constantly speaking to people about it. So while AI is a very, very booming, bullish new technology, so that is why everybody wants to connect it to blockchain.
Right.
I'm not sure of a use case yet, so I wouldn't be able to comment on that.
Fantastic, sir. Since you are a chief blockchain architect and you are also having your own, advisory board in the Hi-Fi blockchain as well. You have worked on many NFT projects, and you have seen this sector since its inception. So what is the current state? If you can just quickly highlight, sir.
Sure. So I think currently most of the NFTs out there are heading for disaster only, because the point is they don't seem to have any fundamental use case. Randomly buying screenshotted images, no matter what we try to call them, is not going to make sense. And it isn't making sense for most people.
True.
I would say the NFT market is not even 1% of what it was a few years ago. Exactly. However, that doesn't mean NFT technology is bad. We've got to figure out better use cases. So for example, one of the use cases we are working on is to make human talent, like sports talent, tokenize that so that you can invest in a sportsman before he becomes or she becomes famous. And you fund them today for what they require, the training, the food, the equipment. And when they succeed, you can actually get revenue from them.
Something like a Yashasvi Jaiswal, if we had invested in him, say maybe 2 years back, and here we are seeing him in the B contract list, sir.
Absolutely. So I think as we see more and more NFTs go after solid use cases, that technology will really show what it is capable.
So talking about Metaverse, sir, what is your view? A very quick take on that. There are a lot of deals that are happening. Lot of companies are actually moving and adopting Metaverse as far as getting connected with their clients or customer base is concerned, sir. What's your quick take on that, sir? And the tokens that are the tokenomics.
Metaverse allows you to participate or even do tourism without actually stepping out of your home. So let's say you want to do a jungle safari. A few years from now, you may be able to sit at home with the right device without any need to buy airline tickets or to travel anywhere. You can actually explore an entire jungle. So I think the potential of Metaverse is phenomenal, even in religion, where people can visit religious places without actually having to travel. So I'm very bullish on Metaverse.
Sir, this will actually solve the problems of all the husbands and will increase the bat sales post that, because after watching this on the Metaverse, probably there are a lot of husbands who are going to get a big thrashing from their wives. So moving on, what is your take on, very quick take on the DeFi sector, DeFi space, and what's happening in the staking, sir? You spoke about the gaming sector. Very quickly, if you can just highlight that, sir.
Sure. So I was actually talking about the gambling sector more than the gaming sector, because gambling finance seems to have picked up in a big way. And we must realize there are many countries in the world where gambling is legally permitted. So there it is not a crime. Whereas in places like India, that may be illegal. But yes, gambling, I feel, is picking up big time. Gambling 5, what we call. And then when it comes to liquid staking and all that, what we've got to understand is that, as the rise of proof of stake is happening, where even Ethereum moved from proof of work to proof of stake. So people are able to stake or lock up their coins. Now, while those coins are locked up, you can do more with them. And that is where the whole concept of restaking and liquid staking comes in. And I would strongly recommend to people, don't get in unless you understand what it means. You may end up losing all your coins. Because there's slight complications, you have to use a lot of technology to actually do this. But yeah, that's picking up big time. And in DeFi, DeFi is the broad term, decentralized finance. Tokenization, restaking, everything actually is a part of it.
Sir, one last question before we let you go, sir. You spoke really well about the entire cryptocurrency universe and what are the impacts of the institutional funds that are flowing in the cryptocurrency universe, given the fact that the voices of overrated valuation are heard on the street. Are you of the belief that Bitcoin price is scaling towards a new high? We have seen Standard Chartered and the other big houses, big brokerage houses recommending 1,30,000, 140. That's what the entire ecosystem news segment is saying. Post-halving, you also explained for our viewers that how this halving is going to impact the entire ecosystem. Or do you want to caution the investors against the euphoric move? And what is your advice for the retail investors?
Sure. So what I would like to firstly for everyone to understand is that cryptocurrencies are not actually investments the way you look at stock markets and other things. See, when you invest in stock, you're buying ownership of a company which is going to do business and you are going to get parts of those profit back as dividends. It's a whole different thing. Or when we talk about real estate, you're actually going to go and live inside that house that you purchased. Crypto is very different. So you first need to understand what is your role or where are you fitting into the big picture. Are you developing your own project or are you using someone else's project to generate money for yourself? Simply holding on to a crypto, I would say in most cases, is like gambling. And unless you really know what you're doing, you shouldn't probably be doing that. I never consider cryptocurrencies as a traditional investment. I think they're a very nice innovation, but their usage is very, very different.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your views. You really spoke well about the entire crypto space, the sectors that are going to do well going forward. What is NFT? Why this sector is seeing no traction, and how this gambling sector is going, or maybe the liquid staking thing, and moving forward, how tokenization is going to change the entire game. Thank you so much, Mr. Rohas Nagpal, for being part of this special interaction on 3.0 TV. I wish you all the best for all your projects. And we hope when we interact next time, Bitcoin is over $1 lakh. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
All right, you are watching this special segment with Rohas Nagpal. This is me, Manoj Dara, signing off. But keep watching 3.0 TV for more such interesting views and analysis from the most important individuals of this Web3 ecosystem. Thank you.